Next, I'd like to introduce Amy O'Donnell. She leads the statewide effort to protect life through advocacy. Spoken like a Texan, okay? The statewide effort to protect life through advocacy, outreach, and education, and she does so with conviction and compassion. She is the executive director of Texas Alliance for Life, and she works every day to protect unborn children and support women and families across our state. Please join me in welcoming Amy O'Donnell.
Hello, Texas pro-lifers. Whether you're standing here with us in the cold at the Capitol or joining us from home across Texas watching the live stream, thank you for showing up and standing up for life today. As I look out at this crowd here in Austin and think about the thousands more watching online, I'm reminded that everything is bigger in Texas, including our commitment to life. It is truly a privilege to partner with all of the host committee organizations that are here today as a part of the Rally Host Committee and with so many others from across the state who work every day to protect life and support women and families. Every so often, people ask me why Texas Alliance for Life doesn't try to do everything that falls under the pro-life umbrella. And I tell them, it takes all of us doing our part, not a few of us trying to do everything. You're here today because you're embracing your role in protecting life in Texas, and your voice matters. Your voice matters at the polls, in the Capitol, in your churches, in the pregnancy centers, and all of those supporting organizations supporting women and families in your community. Texas is building a culture of life, and it takes us all. Protecting life is a mission I'm deeply grateful to be a part of. I've been pro-life for as long as I can remember, a belief that's grounded in my faith and lived out in my own story. At 22, newly married and finishing college at Texas A&M, I love that. I faced an unplanned pregnancy that completely changed my plans. I thought I knew my timeline, graduate, work, get settled, then start a family. But God had different plans. I became a mom, stayed home with our son, and eventually we welcomed 3 more children. Today, with all 4 in their 20s, I have 0 regrets. I may not have used my biomedical engineering in the way that I had expected, but I had a front row seat to raising 4 incredible human beings, and I would not trade that for anything. Of all the roles that I've had the privilege to fill, being a wife and a mom are my greatest joys. And allowing an unplanned pregnancy to change the trajectory of my life, it didn't limit my future, it expanded it. We need to message to a world where family is being devalued and the lives of children painted as disposable, that family is beautiful. And to the women out there, you can have your children planned or unplanned and do great things. Unborn lives matter. They are the legacy of families and the future leaders of our city, state, country, and the world. It is a beautiful thing to live in a post-Roe United States where Dobbs overturned it as the law of the land. But make no mistake, our work is far from complete. Dobbs was the turning of a page, not the end of a story. Since then, abortions have increased, largely due to chemical abortions and illegal trafficking of chemical abortion drugs. In Texas, life has been protected from the moment of conception since the Human Life Protection Act took effect in 2022. This past session, we strengthened those protections with the Woman and Child Protection Act, adding another mechanism to hold providers accountable if they illegally mail chemical abortion drugs into our state. Laws matter, but enforcement matters too. It is deeply disappointing that the FDA continues to allow dangerously lax regulations for chemical abortion drugs. Mail-order abortion strips away basic medical safeguards, and women and unborn babies pay the price. Texas is standing in the gap to protect women and unborn children from these harms. And despite misinformation we see in the media, that falsely portrays our laws as unsafe. Our laws have always been crafted to protect both unborn babies and women facing threats to life or health arising from a pregnancy. This past session, we passed the Life of the Mother Act, ensuring physicians and hospital and attorneys understand the standard of care that Texas law allows and women deserve when a mother's life or health is at risk. At the federal level, the ongoing fight over the Hyde Amendment reminds us that the majority of Americans do not want their tax dollars funding abortion. We stood strong against taxpayer-funded abortions, banning abortion travel and logistics with public dollars in the most recent session. Another win for our state's taxpayers, moms, and babies. And we secured $200 million for the Thriving Texas Families program, supporting pregnancy centers, maternity homes, and adoption agencies across the state, serving women and families every day. Friends, this mission to protect life continues. Every one of us standing here today is the same person we were in our mother's womb, just further along in the timeline of life. Our value did not suddenly appear at birth. It was always there. Abortion is a grave injustice. Women deserve better. Babies deserve life. We cannot back down or back off. The other side may shift tactics, but we will continue to show up with truth, compassion, courage, and resolve. And this is what gives me hope. You. When we stand together like this, we send a clear message. Texas values life. Texas supports women. And Texas is not done protecting the most vulnerable among us. Thank you for showing up and speaking up. For those who cannot speak up for themselves, together we're building a culture of life, and together we are stronger than ever. Be sure to get out and vote pro-life this year in the primary and general election. God bless you, and God bless Texas.